Let me know if you guys can see it.
Yeah, we
Yes.
can.
Okay.
Okay, so good afternoon, everybody. First of all, JD and Steve, thank you so much for your time today, and the rest of the class for being such an inspiring group of people to work with. We just want to acknowledge before we start off the great work that Eskala has been doing, and also for us personally, working with such a purpose-driven company was truly an inspiring, adventure. So before that, we Edward mentioned earlier, we are group four that comprises of Aishwarya, Dave, myself, Nijri, and Srishti, and we're going to take you through our research for the research that we've done for Escala so far. We just want to start off today's presentation with a small video, and then we will continue from there.
This is Jorge, a coffee farmer from rural Honduras. Every morning before the sun rises, he climbs into the hills, not knowing if this season will be enough. Enough to pay for school, enough to buy clean water, enough to keep going.
Jorge's farm is full of care and effort, but he's cut off. No access to banks, no access to markets, no access to technology. The world continues to move forward while Jorge waits.
And then came a shift. Not a company, not a charity, a co-op formed in his community, made up of his neighbors and supported by Eskala. Eskala didn't come to change Jorge's world. It came with a passion to support, empower, and educate. It brought financial literacy, access to funding, and the tools to start a real business. It helped Jorge and his neighbors become co-owners of their own future.
But what if this wasn't the end of the story? What if this was just the beginning? What if Eskala could be a bridge between Jorge and the rest of the world? And could help not just grow coffee, but roast it, brand it, and sell it around the world? What if what Jorge needed wasn't saving, but scaling? And what if scaling isn't a finish line, but the start of something greater? What if Eskala's fulfillment isn't found in an exit strategy, but in staying long enough to see Jorge's story become 1,000 more? Because building the bridge was never the goal. Crossing it again and again with those who built it is. But how?
But how? Yeah, so that led us to this guiding question. How might we spark transformative change to break the cycle of poverty for communities and develop a self-sustaining model for Eskala as a profitable organization? With that being said, I'm just going to hand it over to Srishti to take us through the next phase.
Thank you, Dave. So, our solution essentially begins with a mindset shift where Escala is not the champion of this story. It's in fact a bridge, a channel, and a system that allows resources to flow inwards while recognition flows outwards. So, imagine this loop. The world wants to invest, they want to source ethically and create real impacts, but it doesn't know how to reach the last mile. And that's when Escala comes in and opens that channel. Then, as communities grow, thrive, their ideas, products, and stories don't stay trapped in the hills. They circle back into the global economy, creating a system that's sustainable, empowering, and profitable for everyone involved. And this is how we move from charity to equity, from giving to sharing, and from isolated impact to a full circle opportunity. And the way we envision this is in two parts. So, the first part of our solution is about bringing the world to rural communities. There are thousands of global actors like NGOs, CSR teams, researchers, and international agencies like the World Health Organization who wish to create impacts, but they often fail to reach these last mile communities because of infrastructure gaps, cultural barriers, or lack of trust, local trust. Escala, on the other hand, already has what these organizations need most, which is a trusted grassroots network, cultural fluency, and deep rooted relationships. So, this is where the first part of our model comes into play, which is providing rural access as a service. Escala can offer cultural translation, impact storytelling, as well as logistics support through third party collaborations as a paid service to these external organizations who wish to tap into these communities. not by taking from the communities, but by letting the world plug into a system that's already working. The second part of our solution is about taking rural communities to the world. So, once Eskala has equipped communities with financial literacy, co ownership structures, and entrepreneurial skills, what's next? The answer we think here is scaling. And through the second part of our model, which is providing global access as a service, Eskala can become a market enabler. It connects rural co ops to global supply chains, helping them reach hotels, eco resorts, corporate offices, schools, and sustainable retailers. So, whether it's coffee from Honduras or crops from Nicaragua, Escala helps communities export what they've always had, which is talent, resilience, and innovation. Escala becomes an ethical broker that gets them seen, valued, and paid fairly. And so, in this model, recognition is not just stopping at local impact, it travels outwards where the world not only consumes ethically, but finally knows the name behind what they're consuming.
So, what are we aiming to emphasize here is that at Eskala, storytelling is at the heart of our product strategy. We don't white label, instead, we empower cooperatives to tell their own stories. Our role is to amplify these voices through thoughtful packaging, social campaigns, and CSR dashboards. Today's consumers aren't just looking for quality, they are seeking connection, authenticity, and impact. So every packaging features a QR code that links to a short video or testimonial from a farmer who grew that batch. It transforms a routine purchase into a personal, meaningful experience grounded in ethical sourcing and real human stories. In retail settings, this creates a strong point of differentiation, and in environments without packaging, subtle signages that carries the same narrative forward through QR codes will be impactful. Most importantly, as these products generate revenue, Escala doesn't cash out, we reinvest. That profit goes into new communities, new co ops, and new stories, expanding the circle of opportunity. But why this solution? What drives our approach forward? Our insights tell us that Escala's strength lies in its deep local roots. By building region specific models, we are created trust and relevance within each community we serve. Now, the opportunity lies in evolving these into scalable, adaptive frameworks that maintain cultural nuance without requiring reinvention each time we enter a new geography. To date, Escala's growth has been supported by external funding, and evolving towards self sustaining revenue streams can enhance long term resilience and autonomy. And lastly, the underutilized last mile connectivity, where Escala's extensive reach into remote communities remains untapped for broader services like logistics, digital finance, and essential resources, which, if utilized, would result in greater impact and revenue growth. Now I'm going to hand it over to Nejari to take it forward.
To recap everything we've just told you, this is how Eskala brings its mission to life by becoming the bridge between rural communities and global. On the left, organizations like NGOs, research institutes, UN agencies, and corporate partners with Eskala because we offer something rare trusted last mile access. Eskala acts as a bridge, delivering ethical, impactful solutions to rural communities, and in return, partners gain reach, data, and value aligned impact delivery. Communities at the center of the system benefit from better access to healthcare, education, and financial tools. They also gain stakeholdership in co op banks, becoming not just recipients but decision makers. On the right, Escala connects these empowered communities to the global market. Whether it's sustainable e commerce, hotel supply chains, or conscious retailers, Escala enables rural producers to go global. So, in this model, Escala earns from the ecosystem, not the communities, and in doing so, becomes the bridge that makes shared growth possible. Today, Escala wears the hat of the educator and the supporter, offering financial literacy, agricultural training, and co op investments to build trust and local capability. If our solution is implemented, Eskala expands its role, putting on the hats of the enabler, facilitator, and validator. It becomes the enabler, connecting communities to external partners, the facilitator, helping local producers reach global markets, and the validator, ensuring every interaction is built on quality, ethics, and trust. Jorge's story doesn't end in the hills. It travels the world and takes him with it. And this isn't just about helping Jorge, it's about creating the system that helps thousands like him rise sustainably and with dignity. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Wow. JD.
Yeah, I mean, like Carlos just summarized, like I think everyone's feelings, like on that note, right? Like it gave you goosebumps, and then it was, yeah, just fantastic. I mean, I really, really liked it. I know we might be limited in time, but I really enjoyed also this presentation. I mean, the video is just phenomenal. I will have to ask you later how you got all the video, the content and everything. Because
yeah, we need that. We need that video, you guys. Thank you.
Seriously. Um, so and yeah, and then connecting to like external networks, right? Of again either exporting their produce or like us being those connectors. I think in the long run, or like that bridge is just like such a powerful story, and I think your storytelling skills are just off the charts. That was really fascinating to see. And yeah, I guess I wanted to ask Professor Edward, but I guess later we can have access to these presentations and the teams. Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any question, Steve?
No, just to highlight, I really appreciated that hyper-local slide because we're even finding that there's dramatic differences between even our model in Honduras and our model in Panama. So even within Central America, I'm expecting we have experienced significant differences. I'm even seeing probably significant differences even within a country. Well, especially if you in some really large countries, you can imagine, right, with different dialects and other things, it's going to be very different. But yeah, so that was a great slide too. Great job, team. Unfortunately, I have to hop off on another call with other team members, but I will watch the recording. And just again, I want to really appreciate everybody's time and energy into this. You guys have come up with some amazing material that we will definitely be using, and just really appreciate all of the time and energy that went into each of these things. You guys are amazing.
Thank you, Steve. And David, our last presentation.
I was about to ask how many left we have, so if it's one
This
more,
one.
that's great.
Do you need a break?
No, I think I'm fine.
Okay.
Unless
we have
you
one,
guys
and
need
then
a
we
break.
have more time for Q&A.
Okay. Yeah, the last note on the last group was that the global as a service was fantastic. That was such a good insight there. And it also makes us think like even broader on what we're doing, like, and everyone's presentation, including yours, is like, has been such a fresh air to like what we can accomplish, right? And the impact we can make in a different systematic approach. And it's been, yeah, I think one of the best days at work today for me in the last couple of years. So it's been really insightful. Thank you.
Yeah, and if there's only one left, I'll stay. I'll tell those people I'll be my other call and we'll be a little bit late. I'll wait for David's presentation.
Take it away, Team Swirl.